Okay, let's continue our discussion. So we were talking about how to find the zero input response to any generic output, input signal. And the approach we're taking is to take advantage of an approximation. And the approximation said, well, given any generic input signal f of t, I can convert it to this f hat of t consisting of a series of thin rectangles. And mathematically we're able to write down this f hat of t in the form of a summation. Right here. Note that in this summation, each term represents a thin rectangle, this delta hat term. And the second f term and the delta tau term are actually constants. As I mentioned, we're going to use the linearity and the time invariance property of the linear system to derive the output y hat of t first, and using this relationship find the expression for y of t. Well, what we do not know directly is what is the output y hat. However, from our earlier discussion or earlier assumption, I know if I have only one thin rectangle right here, the output is h hat of t. Now, I have now a number of thin rectangles. So based on the linear property, the corresponding output y hat of t should also be a sum of signals, each representing the response to a single rectangle. In other words, we only need to figure out what is the response to each term and add them together. This will form the output y hat of t. This is the linearity that we discussed in chapter 1. Now, as I mentioned earlier again, this guy is a constant, and this delta term is a shifted rectangle. So with a time delay or time shift, and the time invariant property of this LTI system tells us that no matter when you insert this input, to find the output, you only need to delay your output by the same amount. Since the response to the delta, this rectangle at time 0, will end up with h of t. If I delay my input by this much, the output should also be delayed by the same amount. So this will generate the output in the form of h hat of t delayed by k times tau. And as I mentioned, you'll have these coefficients. They can be viewed as the coefficients in the linearity property. So if you amplify the input by a certain amount, the output will be amplified by the same amount. So f of k tau delta tau d, sorry, not d, but delta tau. Okay. Now we're close. Remember to go from y hat to y. We simply need to take the limit of delta t to 0. So if we do that, if we let delta tau go to 0, what's going to happen is that instead of having a summation, we need to take the integration. And instead of taking the summation from negative infinity to plus infinity, the integration will also go from negative infinity to plus infinity. Okay. Secondly, when we look at this delta tau in the integration, when we take an integral, it becomes the differentiation detail. So the infinitesimal part along the time axis right here. See, these are the infinitesimal part. Every time we increase it by that delta tau, it becomes d tau in the integration. This k delta tau is a little tricky. See, k is sort of the counter we have in the summation. So k will be the counter. And k delta tau is the value that would move along the time axis. So it will be this 1 delta tau, 2 delta tau, 3 delta tau, 4 delta tau, and so on and so forth. Now if everything becomes continuous when delta tau goes to 0, apparently we're taking the values not in a discrete manner, but in a continuous manner along the t-axis. And if we have the integral variable being tau, of course, this all becomes tau. Now, this means y of t in the limit will becomes integration. And in the limit when delta tau goes to 0, we have h hat approaching the actual unit impulse response h. So put h up here. And then we have t minus k delta tau becomes tau. This is where we count along the time axis. And then we have f of k tau. F of k tau will be f tau here. Finally d tau. So we're taking an integral with respect to tau. And if we want to reorganize the terms, we can put f of tau earlier, h of t minus tau following, and d tau. So mathematically this is the case. Does it make sense from the practical perspective? Well, let's look at it. And we'll look at it from the y hat perspective. Now, y hat of t, what it means is you can look at it as the response at time t. Right? Response at time t. And it's going to be affected by the input signal f at any time moment. So f of k delta tau means the input at t delta tau. So this is the input at k delta tau time instant. This guy will generate a response of h hat t minus k delta tau. Right? This is the impulse that applies at this time instant. So the response should start at that time instant. And moving the impulse response shifted along the time axis by the same amount when this input takes place. So it's kind of a superposition of a bunch of input signals, and we decompose the input signal such that we can represent it in the form of these rectangles, the sum of these rectangles. This allows us to reuse the linearity and the time invariance property to derive the final equation. Now, from the examination's perspective, in the exam and so on, all the derivations are not critically important. If you don't understand, you cannot have difficulty following this. Well, for the exam, there's nothing to worry about. The most important thing will be this final equation. Okay. Make sure you understand this one and know how to calculate this particular integral when it comes to. Okay. Now, this special type of integration is sometimes called the convolution integral. The convolution integral. It's not a very delightful mathematical expression if you don't like calculate that much. Whenever we have a form like that, we sometimes write it in a simple manner. We use it f of t star h of t. Good to know this the convolution integral, meaning if you want to solve for it, you're going to take a integral in this form. Now, mathematically, it's possible to prove, and it's not too difficult to prove through substitution of variable, that it's also equal to ht star or convolution integral with f of t. You switch the order of the two, and now will be h of tau times f of t minus tau deta. Both will be equal to each other. And in the book, you will find some other properties related to convolution integral. For example, if you have three signals f1 of t, any one f1 of t to convolve integral with f2t plus f3t. And the convolution integral will have the highest order of priority, so this will be f1t, convolution integral of f2t plus f1t, convolution integral of f3 of t. And in the book, you'll see some other properties related to this. Most of the properties are very similar to the multiplication operation when we do simple algebra calculations. And this is convolution integral is the integral calculation of functions, but the idea is similar. Now, how to do a calculation like this? Well, apparently, if you really want to solve for the convolution integral, you can use hardcore math to do the integral directly. But in terms of systems, signals and systems, there is a shortcut you can take. This shortcut is called the convolution table in the textbook. Okay. So if you have a textbook, you can go over to that particular page, you find that table, and you can use the items listed in the table for all the calculations you would like to do. This table is on page 125. Go to page 125, you will find the convolution table. The reason for using the convolution table directly is because, well, in signals and systems, In our previous discussion, you have found out that since your zero state response is defined by the convolution integral, and the convolution integral has this unit impulse response term h of t, in our calculation before and our example shows, well, it's just simply usually can be done or can be expressed as a summation of the exponential functions. So when you take the integral with the convolution integral, because of the property that I show here, you can simply do the convolution integral with each of the exponential terms. This and f2t convolution integral with the second exponential term, with the third exponential term, and so on and so forth. So h1. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm saying that for insignificant systems, if you're asked about convolution integral, you don't have to go into the hardcore methodology. So you can do that, but it's really not necessary to go through that route. There are some existing results that you can use directly. But make sure you understand the things that we're discussing. So let's do an example again. Let's take the system example that we discussed way earlier, right here. And assume we have calculated the impulse response. And we're going to use this results directly. So it's going to go, the example will look like this. So example says I have the system that I looked at before, dt plus 2 dy, so just 2y. It's the same example we had earlier, plus df dt plus 4f. And assume I want to find the zero input response to, let's do u of t, the unit step function. And let's say I want to do f1 of t equal to e to the negative 3t ut. Okay, let's do both. Now for the first part, we have directly calculated, and we can directly take that results, that the impulse response, unit impulse response for this particular system is equal to 3 e negative t minus 2 e negative 2t ut. This is what we obtained above, right here. So I take those results, assuming I've obtained that. Now for part A, the results will be what? The results will simply be a convolution integral ft, convolution integral with h of t. Since the input f now is u of t, proceed to write u of t, convolution integral with 3 e negative t ut minus 2 e negative 2t. Now I can look at the table. The table, item number 2 tells me, well, if I have e to the negative lambda t ut and I have ut, the corresponding convolution integral can be calculated in this manner. So I'm taking this with the first one, this e to the negative 2 term. Now, constant 3, as an integral, you have a constant. It remains to be a constant, so just copy the constant 3. Then, using item 2 in table 2.1, with lambda equal to negative 1, we can write it down as negative of lambda, so negative 1. And then 1 minus e lambda t over negative t times ut. And for the second term, we'll do minus, since this minus sign, and 2 remains to be 2. And for the second term, lambda will be negative 2, so minus lambda minus negative 2. And on top we have 1 minus e lambda t ut. Both of them from the table. And final negative 1 will give you 3 of 1 minus e negative t ut. And the other one will be what? So minus 2 will be positive 2. 2 and 2 will cancel, so minus 1 minus e negative 2t ut. And if you like to combine terms, you can certainly do this. It will be 3 minus 1 will be 2, minus 3 e negative t, and minus will be plus negative 2t ut. And there you have it. This is the zero state response to a unit input, to a unit step input. This is for part A. Part B, the calculation will be a little bit different, but the idea is pretty much the same. So y of t will be equal to e negative 3t ut convolution integral with 3e negative t ut minus 2e negative 2t. Now to solve this one, you need to refer to what? You need to refer to item number 4, where we have e lambda 1t and e lambda 2t, okay, where lambda 1 lambda 2 are different. So this is item number 4 in this table 2.1. So let me put it down. So here I used number 2 in table 2.1. And now I'm going to use number 4 in table 2.1. So that will give what? That will give me 3. Then times lambda 1 minus lambda 2. You can take either one to the lambda 1, doesn't really matter. Okay. Because as we have seen earlier, right here, no matter if you're doing f star h or h star f, the results will be completely the same. So here I can just take negative 3 being lambda 1 and negative 1 to the lambda 2. So according to it will be the same sequence. Then we'll e negative 3t minus e negative t ut. And the second term of negative 2 as usual. And I can take negative 3 minus negative 2. And then e negative 3t minus e negative 2t ut. So this is from number 4 in the table. Then some mechanical calculation. Minus 3 plus 1, so it'll be negative 3 over 2, e negative 3t minus e negative 2, d2. And then minus 3 plus 2 will give negative 1, so it will be plus 2 e negative 3t minus e negative 2t dt. And that's it. That's the end. Right here we have the zero input response of the system specified by this differential equation to input outputs. And we're going to end this